And I guess what this indicates is that as a species, we humans seem to be highly resilient. Now obviously there are normal variations in this level of resilience. Some people are extremely resilient. They can seem to go through all sorts of terrible experiences and seem to pop out the other end barely adversely affected. Whereas other people seem to have fairly small, low-key kind of distressing experiences and seem to be extremely affected. So there's a whole lot of variation in the level of resilience. But if we take a snapshot of humanity and we look at those kind of trauma results from the research, it's pretty clear that as a species we seem to be very resilient. We seem to have an excellent ability to be able to bounce back from adversity and from bad situations. And what this suggests is that within us, within every human being, is an innate natural ability to be able to process and digest bad experiences. And we can think of this as being somewhat analogous to our ability to physically digest food. We take in food, chew it over, food goes to our stomach extracts the nutrients that we need and expels what we don't need. Well, we can think of psychological digestion as being analogous to this. Our mind/brain seems to have an ability to get hold of experiences, chew it over, bad experiences as well, chew over the bad experiences, work out what we need to hang on to, what will serve our interest and our purpose, and differentiate this from what seems to be toxic for us, what won't serve our interest or purpose, and subsequently expel what we don't need and remove from the mixture and file away the information that we do need into our long-term memory system. So we can think of that as being a psychological digestive process, and it seems to be an innate capacity of our species. As I said before, there's a large amount of variation in terms of how well this innate function is working. For some people it's working really well, for some people it's not working terribly well at all. And it would seem that for those people for whom this psychological digestive ability is not working terribly well, these are the ones that wind up being vulnerable to suffering from PTSD when something bad happens, like war experiences, combat experiences, or a car accident or a natural disaster. So we have this innate ability to be able to psychologically digest adverse experiences and in the process expel what we don't need in the form of aspects of the experience which are essentially toxic for us. They don't serve our interests at all, and this could be in the form of extremely distressed emotions. It could be in the form of very negative views of ourselves. It could be in the form of a level of physiological arousal which is counterproductive. So our mind or brain seems to have the ability to get hold of these toxic elements of our experience, process them and digest them, spit out what we don't need and file away what we do need.